Hi, Derek Whittaker from Blue Sky Factory. You know, someone asked me a really good question the other day, and they said this. They said, Derek, why would you teach about wealth strategies? Why wouldn't you just do it in the background and just, you know, not give it to anyone else, but just do all these investments and live that kind of lifestyle? I thought, hey, it's a great question. So I thought, well, why don't we answer that? And there's a couple of reasons why. Okay, the first reason is this. The first reason is when I was in my 20s and started discovering all these strategies, one, I had to be taught them, okay? I didn't just acquire them and come into this knowledge. I had to research, I had to learn, I had to be taught by other people. And when I learned this stuff, this was like connecting the dots. It was like far out. What if I had learned and discovered this stuff when I was in my early 20s? What if I knew this stuff when I had graduated from high school and discovered that, you know what, I was left without these tools. I was not given the financial education that I needed to actually live an abundant life. And I thought to myself, okay, so the education system has kind of failed me there. And I thought to myself, I want to give this to other people, because if they can discover what I've known, these advanced strategies, how different would their lives be as well? And a lot of them are so practical. I mean, it's stepping into your life purpose that's really, really the key. It's not about accumulating wealth for the sake of accumulating wealth. I mean, to me, that's the small game. It's actually living a life that you are really meant to live, the life that you are called to live. And that's a big, big difference from, you know what, just making money for the sake of making money. That's just boring. That's just so self-seeking. Anybody can do that. So I thought to myself, how do we step into a life purpose and actually do that and show these techniques along the way, the how-to of how the wealthy do it? And that's why we created Blue Sky Factory. There's another reason why I did it. And I said to this person, I said, look, what is the point of accumulating all this wealth, living in some big ugly mansion, you know, that doesn't fit into its environment, and then having to put up walls around you to keep people outside while your environment around you is actually being destroyed and going down? I said, here's the thing. I said, 4 out of 5 Australians, according to the Australian Institute of Management, a study they did in 2016, 4 out of 5 Australians hate what they do. In other words, they're spending 40 to 60 hours of the week in a job that they just don't like, and they're just miserable. What is the flow-on effect to that in our society? Well, they come home and they're really grumpy with their spouses. They cop it, the kids cop it, the dog and the cat cop it when they're getting kicked when they walk in the door. What's the point? It's like you're living for economic reasons, but not being fulfilled. And I said to myself, what can we do to change the environment around us? What if we could reduce that 4 out of 5 to just 2 out of 5? Would that have a huge impact on our society, where people are now living in relationships where they're more happy because their job, they're not so miserable in their job, and they're coming home feeling fulfilled? How did your day go? I mean, yeah, sure, we have all those up and down days where it doesn't always go to plan and all that sort of stuff. Everybody can have a bad day, so to speak. But on the long-term things, we were doing things that were productive, where we were contributing to society, where we felt like we were making a difference. How different would our society be? Our relationships be? Will we inspire our children to live differently, rather than being stuck in a centre where they are just from, you know, 6:30 in the morning to 6 o'clock at night being looked after by an institution, rather than having more fulfilled lives? I mean, what if we had less crime? Why are people stealing? Because they don't feel like they have enough. What if our crime rate was reduced? There wasn't this need and wasn't this pain that we're self-medicating through the drug system and all that sort of stuff. But what if we got rid of the demand for drugs? Would our societies transform and change? Would we be more productive as a nation? Would we as a nation produce more, be more inspired, and the world would look to us and go, you know what, those Australians are onto something. They're happy in their work and they produce so much for such a small population. Man, they're kicking backside. Wouldn't we be in a happier place? And that's why. It's because there's not like a scarcity of wealth. There's an abundance of wealth that people can tap into, but they don't know how. They lack that education. So that's the dream, for me to store it up and hold it to myself and just use it to utilize my own selfish gains. That doesn't fulfill me. What fulfills me is when I see a student connect the dots and the epiphany happens. They go, oh wow, I never saw that before. Oh wow, you mean, or they actually have that thing in their life. I've had students who have dreams, and they basically are literally having dreams of what their life purpose now should be. They're in that place of transition. They're not sure what they should do, and they come back to me excited and they say, I've had a dream of what my next stage of my life should be. I go, fantastic. How can we now put that life purpose, that dream and life purpose in place, and utilize techniques the wealthy use to fulfill that dream, to see it come into fruition? I mean, that's what it's about. That's transforming society. That's transforming lives. And that's what we do at Blue Sky Factory. You know, and I'm feeling generous in this time of giving and that sort of stuff. I'd like to offer you some free courses if you'd like them. The first one, we got a link at the bottom of this video. You don't even have to sign up for nothing. You can just get that first one for free. If you like it, great. You can then put your email in and get some more. We get an entire free course on some other subjects in that. We're just in the spirit of giving. So if you think this will help someone, share it. Have a look at that button, that link, and we just love to just give to you courses and that sort of stuff to open up your eyes and go, you know what? What are you really meant to be doing with your life? And what's stopping you? Don't let lack of education, lack of knowledge stop you from living your life purpose. I look forward to catching up with you next time.